Alright, this week we are building the T-55 AMV 135 scale tank from Takom. And straight out of the box, this thing is incredible. It's also very clear that this is not a beginner kit, so let's get into it and see if I survive. So I started with the running gear, getting all the wheels cleaned up and assembled. Nothing too wild here, so I'm not going to spend too long on it, but it all goes together nicely and sets a solid foundation for the rest of the build. The tracks. This is where things got interesting. These are all individual link tracks, and there's 92 per side. And if you're trying to make YouTube videos on a schedule, this tank is not your friend. This kit is definitely designed for someone more experienced, but I'll be honest, I did enjoy the challenge. Once these track links are together though, they do look absolutely spot on. And for painting them, I primed them black, followed by a light coat of dark sea grey, and then dry brushed with some metallic grey across the edges, and raised detail to bring them out. Back to the hull now, so I've secured it all together and let it set properly, and thankfully everything seems to be holding. There's some of these ERA, so explosive reactive armour blocks on the front of the hull, and these come in group sections, which makes them placement a lot easier, but still gives a nice, really detailed look. This is where you start to see some of the character of the AMV come through. And at this point I start adding some of the early details, so things like hatches, some of the initial photo etch parts around the driver's position, and around the engine deck too. We've got the engine deck, exhaust, and more photo etch for the grills. And there's also some of these fuel drums mounted on the back, which are a really iconic feature of Soviet tanks. Onto the side skirts now, and these are really nicely detailed sub-assemblies. You've got tow cables running along them, tools, storage, all tied down with some nice rope detail. Figuring out how some of that rope connects was quite interesting, but the real challenge came when it was time to fit the side skirts to the tank, because these did not want to fit. I don't know if it was me or the kit, but this did turn into a bit of a fight. There was lots of adjusting, a lot of persuasion, and a lot of things that I decided not to show on camera, but eventually we got there. Onto the turret now, and this is where the detail really ramps up. You've got all these individual mounting points across the surface, which are for the ERA blocks, and it gives this really aggressive, almost spider-like look. I start by adding the hatches, handles, and smaller details first, just building up that base before tackling the ERA. Because once you start adding the ERA supports, things get very delicate. These mounts are incredibly fragile, and trying to continue building around them becomes quite a challenge. So I decided to leave a lot of that ERA until later, focusing on finishing the rest of the turret first. We've got smoke grenade launchers, searchlights, and targeting equipment, all built as separate sub-assemblies. The searchlight in particular has a bit of photo etch parts that also need bending into shape, which I'm not great at, but I think it came out alright. At one point I did lose what I believe is this targeting computer to the carpet monster. It felt like forever, and then about 2 or 3 days later, my wife found it, which is genuinely one of the most impressive parts of this build, because usually when we lose something to the carpet monster, it's gone forever. The main gun goes together nicely with a movable barrel and rubber blast bag that adds a nice bit of texture to the front. And now it's time for the ERA blocks. Each one of these needs to be placed individually on the turret. It's slow, it's fiddly, but this is what gives the tank its signature look. And once they're all on, it completely transforms the turret. So a bit of a technique now that I picked up from Night Shift is to add a bit of casting iron texture to that turret. Using a mix of model filler and plastic cement, you can create this rough, uneven surface that replicates cast metal. It's a really subtle effect, but it does make a huge difference, especially when the painting is on. So with everything assembled, it's time for paint. Now I prime this entire model in black off camera, and then I apply this Russian Forbio green from Atom Paints, and honestly I was so impressed with this paint. It does look a little bit lime green when it first goes on, but once it dries it really comes to life. On the wheels then I do a bit of rubber black on the outer rims, and now it's time to actually fit those track links onto the hull. And this is where it just gets a bit fun. I'll skip through me attaching these because they do decide to just fall apart as and when we go. I like to keep them a little bit pliable by only using a little bit of cement, but they do just fall apart. So I work my way around, I do get them to connect in the end, but it also leaves me thinking that maybe I didn't use enough, but I'm gonna hide these behind the side skirts anyway. The tow cables themselves are painted with a dark metallic steel, and the attachment points on the end of those cables are painted with a bit of chrome silver. Any spare tracks on the hull or turret are treated with some dark grey and metallic dry brushing. The exhaust grills then get a burnt iron finish to give it that heat-worn look. One part I'm particularly proud of when it comes to the weathering is this exhaust section on the rear left of the tank. So I start with some NATO black, dabbing that along just to create a little bit of a burnt texture. So the T-55 was introduced in the late 1950s and it went on to become one of the most produced tanks in history, with tens of thousands built and used across the world. The AMV variant in this video is a much later upgrade designed to keep the platform relevant, adding some explosive reactive armour, improved protection and updated systems. And that's exactly what gives this tank its slightly ridiculous but very cool look. To achieve a bit of post shaving, I go in with a lighter version of that base green, focusing on the central areas of panels to create a bit of variation. The decals are simple, just the tank numbers on the turret, applied with some microset and sealed in with a gloss coat ready for weathering. This kit does come with a load of decals, but there are so many different variants of the T-55 AMV, but for one that's based in the motherland, I'm just going to stick with these turret numbers. For weathering, I'll start with a bit of chipping, and I'm focusing this on high traffic areas, especially around the turret hatches. Using a bit of this NATO black mixed with some hull red to create a bit of an oxidized colour, I'm going to focus on high traffic areas on the hull and the turret. And then I use some of this chrome silver metallic paint to create the most exposed edges. add a bit of panel lines with this panel line pen, focusing on any bolts or lines throughout the hull or turret, for example around hatches, etc. I do some dust effects on the lower hull, the air intakes, and then just bring it back a little bit with some enamel thinner to keep it the effect subtle. Finally, I focus down on the rear of the turret with first some of that chipping, and then going over it with some chrome where the commander and gunner would have been getting up and into the turret, where their feet scuffing, putting down equipment, etc. The weathering profile for this tank, I wanted to keep it really subtle. You know, it's been used, it's been a bit abused, but it's not on the front line, and it's just been a bit worse for wear. Finally, everything gets tied together with a very light coat of that base green, just to unify all those effects. And with that, this is the Takom T-55 AMV. Okay, thank you very much for watching. What a classic tank that was, pushed into something a bit more modern from the 90s. A really challenging build, quite frustrating at some times, but super rewarding and one of my favourite builds that I've done so far on the channel. If you did enjoy this build, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and matters more than you think. Got lots more builds coming soon, but we'll be hitting the high seas for the next group of builds. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time.